All right, today I want to talk about a debate in music production that seems to never resolve. And that's, is the inconvenience and expense of analog hardware worth it when compared to digital emulations that are 10 times cheaper? My perspective is the process of using hardware versus software is a much bigger difference than the sound these days. It's like the difference between working with a real bass player and a VST that sounds perfect. They're just very different workflows. So why do I say this? Well, I have a few analog hardware synths I really like, and there's a handful of sounds I still just can't get with software. These are little differences that add up to a depth of sound and aliveness that can be tough to get totally in the box. That said, software these days is amazing, and many hardware synths are actually just computers under the hood anyway. There's some amalgam of both, like the oscillators are digital and the filters are analog. So why not just have the few pieces of hardware that I can't emulate and use software for everything else? Well, it's because the process is still very different and probably will continue to get more divergent over time. Hardware, first of all, has none of the associations a computer has. Can't browse the internet, get text messages, it's easy to use with two hands, and it's not bombarding your retinas with synthetic blue light all day long. It has one job, producing sound. When you're focused on making compelling sounds with hardware that is itself dedicated to this process, this puts your attention in a very different place than working on a desktop computer that needs to be all things to all people. So as much as I can vouch for the sound of good hardware, the process and physical presence is very much the reason to make the investment, at least for my sensibilities. And of course, if you find this perspective compelling and you're so inclined to maybe get a lesson with me, work with me, or just want to collaborate on something, send me a DM or book a time using my profile link. Thank you, and see you next time. Peace.